I was one of those kids that was sick a lot when I was growing up. I had asthma, I got a lot of ear infections. And so my mom actually, often, she just called me the trooper. Even way before even having Crohn's. At the age of 12, I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I got hospitalized because I lost so much weight. So I went from 130 to 100 in 30 days. For a long time, I felt very alone with the condition. I felt like I suffered in silence. I went through a whole barrage of tests. Eventually, the doctors determined that it was Crohn's disease. I remember sitting by the bedside there in the hospital and shared tears with my mom, over sort of fear of what the future would be and how my life, literally in a day, had completely changed. Because of that, I've become someone who really lives in the present and tries to cherish everything that I have, and all the health I have at any given point in time, because you never know when it's going to be taken away. If you're stressed out, you can actually create or exacerbate flares in your system. One of the things I do is just practice mindfulness. And so a lot of times I meditate. And what I often do is kayak out into the middle of the water and just close my eyes and let myself float and meditate. Any treatments for Crohn's or colitis are all just treating the symptoms. They don't know the cause of Crohn's or colitis. And as a result, the treatments just generally suck. The treatments are really expensive. They have a whole host of side effects of their own and serious risks that long-term use can pose that could possibly be greater than the disease itself. I'm very open-minded when it comes to the treatment options I can do. I use diet as a treatment. I maintain a very restrictive diet that eliminates all grains and all refined sugars, and it's called the specific carbohydrate diet. I've been doing this diet for over a year now, and it has reduced my symptoms dramatically. Things like this diet are only things you're going to find out when you start talking to other patients, and so that was a big breakthrough for me. The breakthrough I had was when I was at UC Berkeley and I ran into a bunch of other students that also had Crohn's. It was this very exciting and just empowering feeling that I got once I started talking to all these other patients, and I started learning from all of them. You just start to get this sort of validation that, oh my God, I'm not weird and alone on this thing. There's a bunch of other people out here that are going through the same thing, and it's so comforting to have that feeling, but it's also so empowering because you start to open up these channels of information exchange that allow you to treat your disease better than you had ever before. We started to get together at their places semi-regularly, and we would just brainstorm about ways that we could create solutions for other patients that have Crohn's and colitis. And I remember, coming from my software background, I would come there with this sort of software perspective, how could we build some sort of network so that we could take what we have here of connections among each other and spread that out to the rest of the patients in the world. This actually became the catalyst in my head for building what I've been building now, which is called Chronology. It is exactly that, a network of patients across the globe that can share the treatments they've tried so that we can actually start to validate some of this information, validate some of these anecdotes that you hear about people trying diets that work, so that hopefully that can then inform science and it can inform real research to determine cures that we didn't know were possible. My dream for the future of healthcare is one where every patient is networked to every other patient, where they can track their health and share the treatments they've tried so that we can advance science more quickly, we can discover cures that we never knew about, and so that we can capitalize on the vast wealth of knowledge every patient has inside, and in turn, heal people. Chronology is my shot at making that vision a reality.